Hello, we are live. I'm really sorry. I just run to get some hand cream because my hands are so dry. It's every time in the autumn, it just my hands get really dry. So I run to my desk to add a little bit of hand cream. How are we? Happy Friday. Yes, we are in a warehouse today. So I've been just reading your comments, what you've been seeing. I really want to look at findings and finishings because we do use quite a lot of different findings and finishings today. So, well, not today. I want to show you today, but we use them. And I want to tell you what's the difference between them because it's such a minefield. I mean, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12 shelves here, full to the brim with findings and different finishings and not just glass, but all sorts of other bits of pieces. And I really want you to educate you on them so you know what piece of finding to use for what. Right, if you don't know me, my name is Kitti Robinson. I'm with Totally Beads. I'm showing you every single day. We are here at 10 a.m. live, showing you all sorts of different techniques, educating you on beads, educating you on like today findings. We have different techniques. We work with different type of beads, do all sorts of different things. And we started these videos on the 23rd of March, so you can go back in the videos on Facebook, or you can go on our website. We have got a section for Facebook tutorials, and then you can go back over the last, it will be 6 months. It will be 6 months next week we've been doing these videos. You can have a look at them, every single one of them. There's so many different techniques. Myself and Sarah did it together. Right, I'm very quickly going to say hello. If you are new today, please do say hello in the comments that you're new, and please put the where you're watching from, because I'm so happy that we have people here from America, from Australia, from all over the world really, and they're just coming and joining us. I think we got a really nice community here, a really nice sort of people do meet up, I guess. Not meet up, message each other outside of this Facebook, and you have met quite a few like-minded people. So today we're going to go through all the different findings and all the different clasps and everything else. Let's get started. I'm just going to quickly say hello. Morning, Brenda, Margaret, Mina, Maxine, Margaret, Rachel, Judith, Teresa. Margaret is saying, if I not my glasses on, thought we were going round the supermarket. Oh, bless. She just looked at the, I suppose, with the camera, and you just seen the shelves behind me. Good morning, Rafa. I hope I said your name. Morning, Janet. Janet is saying, it's a sunny day here in Glasgow. I love this. So you give me the weather report every single morning, so we know exactly how's the weather all around the UK and all around the world as well. We got our first question. Molly's saying, Molly's just with me on the other side.
Hello. But morning, Kitty. I'd love to know more about the project trays with lids that you showed us yesterday. Where did you get them, please?
Project tray with lids. Right, okay. So, Gabby or Blake, can you get me the project, the screw top tray so we can show them? What sizes we got in stock? It's coming. Blake is going to get it for us, bless him. Hi there, Kitty. All from a very sunny Western-super-Mare. A blue sky everywhere. Oh, how lucky you. I'm hoping that it's the good weather holds out for the weekend as well. And we can have some family time with the kids, perhaps walk on a beach or go on a bike ride. We have cloudy in Yorkshire. Oh, no. So perhaps up there it's a perfect day to sit in for the day and do some beading. Sunny Devon. It's sunny in Devon, Carolyn's saying. Morning, Sharon, Paula, Joe, Rachel, Sheila, Camille, Jean, and Teresa. Teresa saying still dark here, but supposed to only be in upper 70s today. Almost need a sweater. First time since March, I think. Where are you, Teresa? So you must be the other side of the world. So, but where is it dark now still? Is it in America or Australia? do let us know where you are. I'm so bad with time zones, but do let us know what country you are watching from. Morning, Sheila, Doris. Morning, Kitty, and opening out your shop. I need a job handling beautiful beads. Oh, bless. Right, we got the boxes on it. I'm just going to put this in the side, and I'm going to... And I'm just going to show you, oh, the 30 is just back in stock, Simon said. I'm going to show you them just in a second. They are perfect to put your seed beads and small findings as well, because with the findings they come in little packs and they're perfect to store in them. You can get to them very easily. I love storing things in bags, but those storage, you know me and you've seen my craft from at home, I have them all over. Morning, Gwen and Mina. Another Margaret, Lorraine. Lauren is saying, morning Kitty and everyone, this is just what I need, has not been jewelry making long, and some finishing necklaces I find quite challenging to make them neat and professional. So watch today and we go through all the different finishes. Right, Karen is saying it's 11 o'clock in sunny DK. And I'm just looking at this. Teresa said, where is she from? Yet. Morning, Cheryl. Cheryl from the USA. Good morning, Cheryl. Good morning, Sue. Good morning, Elizabeth. From Wigan. She said, happy Friday. Sunny in from sunny Wigan. Pauline is from New York. Pamela is watching from smoky Washington State. Oh, bless you. Our thoughts with you. I hope you're all right. Teresa saying hi again, Molly.
We got two questions. One kind of links with this one. It's Mina saying, can you show us seed bead storage boxes, please?
Yes, we'll do. I'll get right on that.
Kitty said, Kitty, can we see the lamp, please?
Oh yes, the lamp. I'll show you the lamp because I was supposed to show you this the other time and I completely forgot about it. Teresa's from Georgia. Morning, Marcia, Mina. Right, okay, so I'm just gonna, if I didn't read your name out, I'm really, really sorry. Morning, Seema. Oh, Karen is saying DK is Denmark. I didn't really want to say what, because it's so bad with sort of all sort of abbreviation. And when my daughter texts me, it's like just sort of letters. And I was like I can't read this. So I'm reading like, what did you mean, lovely? So DK is for Denmark. Right, good morning everybody, wherever you're around the world. Right, let's get started. I'm gonna actually turn you down on the mat quickly and I'm gonna show you these lovely storage boxes first. Have we got one which has got a beads in it? I'm gonna show you them. So we got the mini one. Now this one holds, let's start with the storage boxes and then we go on to the finding. So now I added the hand cream on my hand and it's all gonna be all slippery. So these ones are the smallest one. They hold about 5 grams of seed beads. That's how I can sort of tell you how big they are. Can you pass me a bag of cream beads? Because that it will hold a bag of cream beads as well. I'm asking Molly and she's just walking past. Just to, or here is 10 lobster clasps. So just to show you how big is this storage, if I put 10 lobster clasps in there, it will fill it up halfway. So you probably can get a couple of bags of lobster clasp in there. I love this one because this is quite tiny and oh, Molly picked the same color. How about that? We both pick gold. And just a bag of cream beads, I think you can get about 2.5, 3 bags of cream beads in there. So 5 grams of seed beads, or it will hold your finding. But I just really wanted to show you because sometimes when you see storage on like on video like this, you don't really know how much you can put in it. So this is the smallest one we have. Really nice and impact. So one up from this will be exactly the same. Again, got 12 screw tops in there. Sorry, the light is in the light is going to showing whatever way I turn. I think the light is going to showing. So it's got 12 in there again, but these are larger, so they hold about 15 grams of seed beads, exactly the same as these ones. They just larger. I have quite a lot of these ones. I do use them for my size 15s, size 6s, size 8, size 11 seed beads. I do hold them in a little bit larger container because I want to I usually want to hold I'm used this so often, so I need a few more. So just to comparison, I'm going to pop the same 10 lobster clasp in there for you, and as you can see this one will house much more. Asim is saying it's 2:40 p.m. in India. So just after lunch. Lovely. Right, so then one up from this, we got one which is really nice and big. And if you, sorry, just gonna pop this up. Yeah. So I'm not going to get this out of the packaging because the pots are exactly the same, but instead of 12, this has 24. And if you do follow my personal page, Kitti Robinson Design, I did show you this one last Sunday because I have been doing some crystal art. And this was really great because I taken all the tops off, I numbered up all my crystal art, and I was working straight from the pots. And because you got 24 colors here, I was able to sort of just work through it.
Diane's asked, will they hold 10 Grammys?
So the small one, it's only 5 gram. This one holds 10 grams. Now, no, sorry, that's 5 gram. This one holds 15 grams. And for 10 grams, if you just want to have 10 gram seed beads, then check out this one. Now, this one has 30 tubes in there. And they are a little bit different shape. So let's just open up and show it to you. So these are a little bit deeper. Can you pass me on my desk? Like I got some of this filled up over there. Like just gonna pass us. So again, these are smaller in diameter. Let's just get one of those bigger one back. So that was the one where I showed you the 15 gram one. This is gonna hold 10 grams. So these are smaller in diameter, but they are deeper, as you can see. And if I put the same 10 lobster clasps in there, you will see how much it will fill up at the bottom. Oops, one of them escaped. Where did I put the top? Oh, doesn't matter. Right, Blake just got me the other bits. Right, where did I put the top of this? Did I roll it away? Oh, it will turn up.
Find it.
Oh, here at the top. Look at me. I'm being so blunt today. Right, so putting the same 10 lobster clasp in there, you can see how much it fills up in the bottom. And this one, it holds 10 gram of seed beads. And Blake just popped the one from my desk. I got other ones as well, but I got them properly set up at home, but I have started to set up some here as well with finding some bits of pieces. So I got crimp covers, crimp beads, clots, jump rings and lobster gloves. So these are the ones I use the most, and in any sort of making jewellery, crimps, clots, jump rings and lobster clasp. When I want to do like I'm going to show you some finished jewellery in a minute with them, and I started to set them up as well here. So I got one on my desk and I don't have to stand up every single time I go and get one. And this is the one I got on my desk with all the seed beads in there. Now this one, what I do with the seed beads, when I get them in the bag, I do just pop on the sticker from the bag. I take the sticker from the bag and just pop it on the side of this little pot, so I know exactly what color is in there and how much I paid for it or how much it cost. So for further projects, you know what to reorder if you need to reorder. Right, is that all of them or have we got one more? I think we got one more, haven't we? No, the small one we did show. This one. So the one I showed you, which holds 15 grams, there is another one of that one, which is again have 12 inside them. But if I turn it, actually, let's pick it out. Let me show you. If I turn it sideways, you can fit much more inside here. So this one we hold about 25-30 grams. So this is great for seed beads where you want to you want to hold stock of a little bit more because you perhaps use it so often. So get it all organized. So that's it. I hope showing this to you answered all your questions. What is this, a medium box, Simon? What does this one call, this half deep one?
Medium deep.
So this one is called medium deep. And this one is called medium, isn't it? This one is called medium on the website, the one which is hold 15 gram of seed beads. And then this one's called small on the website, which is holds the 5 gram of seed beads. And what's this one called, Simon?
It's medium, but it's 24.
Right, this one is called medium again, but it's medium 24. Molly, can you take this, please? And then the 30 tubes, which holds the 5 gram of seed beads. What this one called, Simon? Deep?
30.
I think this one's called 30 deep, the one which has got the 30 tubes in there and holds the 10 gram of seed beads.
Mina has a question. She's got,
Yep.
what size box is best for 10 gram of Toho seed beads?
Well, if it depends what you like, even the 31, because that holds 10 gram, or the 24 one, or the 12 one. So either the 12 medium one, or the 24 medium one, if you want to go a little bit bigger, or the 30 deep one. This holds 10 gram, and the ones underneath it holds 15 grams of seed beads. I don't know why I'm putting them back on your side, because I got room on the shelf. Yeah. Right, so I hope that made sense. And let's get started with finding. Right, we're gonna start right. Let me just come back to me for a sec. We're gonna start here at the beginning of the aisle, and we do have. I'm only moving. We got a little trolley here with we put the camera on and everything. So we have findings, and we got clasps. We got so many different clasps that well, you can imagine. Some of them are more simpler one, and some of them are more sort of decorative ones. Some of them are got different functions. Some of them are glue in. Some of them are, you know. How well do the lids stay on? Pamela's asking. So the lids can come off, but what I usually do, you know, when the postman puts like a bunch of letters through your door and he leaves the elastic band on, that large elastic band on, so I save them and put them to the side. And if I need to take these boxes anywhere with me in my bag, I just put an elastic band on it, and it just goes in my bag, and then it's perfect. Not gonna fall off. But what I love about those boxes is that you can take the pots out individually, so I can mix and match. So if I got 5 or 10 of them with beads in all, or findings or anything sort of across the boxes, and I got a few more than 10 actually, but don't tell Simon. I can pick up the ones I need. So I have maybe 3 or 4 with purple seed beads. I have a few with pink. I have a few with greens, a few with, and I can just, whenever I'm working on a project, I can individually pick them out, whatever I am using. Yes, but if I need to transport it, which I do, so if I go somewhere, like going down to the beach, or going up to the TV, and I'm taking this, I just put an elastic band on it, and off in it goes in my bag, and it's not gonna come off.
Kitty asks, I like your mat, what size?
Mat?
I guess your beading.
Like the beading mat is just a normal beading mat on the table here, because I haven't got a spare one of those white cloths that I use at home, which I must go down and I must go down to the material shop and get some more. I do think somewhere you can get bigger beading mats, but I've seen them at shows, but I don't know where you would get a bigger one. I use these ones because they fit into my trays, and this is just a normal beading mats what we sell. So I'm just taking another sip of my coffee because I can feel my voice is going. Right, let's start here. Lobster clasp. So lobster claw clasps are probably the most used clasp we do. And I'm just going to pop some down here for you, and I'm going to show you the different sizes. If I try to get the same color, that's that one, 10 millimeters, so that's in the wrong box, sorry. Sorry to confuse you. Right, I'm going to turn you down onto the mat so you can see it. So I got a 10 millimeter, I got a 12 millimeter, and we do have some larger ones as well, which are 23 millimeters. So anything I do, most I use this 12 millimeter. That's my sort of go through magnetic glass. That's I use them. It's not just come in a little bit so you can see them better. That's what I would go the most for. So this is always in my stash. The small ones are good for small necklaces, but I think there's not that much difference between the two, so I tend to use the 12 millimeter the most. Now, this big one, the 23 millimeter, they are great for really heavy necklaces if you got anything big, or they are great for bag charms as well, because they come, all these sizes comes in 6 different colors, and I'm just going to grab you the big ones, one of each color.
Pamela's asked, when you do that, will you show us how? Dash make a beading mat.
The beading mat cup, they are, how much they are, Simon? Beading mats. The beading mats are a pound on the website, so they just a material what you can buy. It's sort of not acrylic. It's a little bit sort of like velvety, but what it does, it stops the beads or anything you're working with rolling about. So that's what the beading mat is. Right, so just get you all the colors. What color haven't I got? The rhodium. And I think I got the champagne twice. Right, rhodium, where are you? Yeah. Right, so all of these these lobster gloves come in 6 different colors, which is great because if you got a black bag, you want something darker on it. If you got, you know, you might want a silver on it, depending on what pins you use as well. But the pins and everything else I'm going to be showing to you, it does come in multiple different colors. You might have got a red bag and you want to use rose gold on there. It's up to you, using all the difference. But this is the most basic lobster class, the 12 millimeter. I have them, this one, in my stash in all the different colors, with obviously all different trim beads and all different colors, so I can just use them to whenever I make necklaces. So that's our the lobster class. Now there is another class which I personally don't like to use that much because it becomes quite fiddly. This one is called the bolt ring. Well, then let me just wipe the bottom of my camera because it's not focusing in again.
Catherine's asked, do you stock sterling silver lobster class?
Yes, we do. So some of the findings are available in sterling silver. I'm not going to show you the sterling silver today because we're down in the findings aisle, and that's so the bolt ring. Come on, camera. I want you to focus on this. Molly,
Pardon, sorry?
you're wobbling.
Oh, sorry.
Right, let's take it down. What I do, I'm going to put it down so it sits just on there. And we're gonna, can I zoom in anymore? That's the furthest I can zoom in. Right, so you can see this has got like a little trigger on one side, and and a little loop on the other, and you would use exactly the same as lobster class. They are nice for little dainty necklaces because they're very, very light in weight. I personally don't like them so much because they're quite fiddly to sort of take on and to put off. When you pull this little trigger, then that just opens up that little bar there where you can put your, opens up the little connection there so you can put your necklace or a ring or other side through. So those are called bolt rings. Right, another one what we where is this? We have got a screw catch. Where is it gone? It was just here. Simon,
Hello.
can you help me to find the screw catch, please?
Good.
The guys have tidied up this findings aisle. Oh, there it is. Not long ago. And everything got moved about. And sort of you are used to that. You're going to put your hand on a particular shelf and things are going to be there. And at the moment, things are not there. So screw catch. This is another one what is quite secure and it's quite nice one to use. So you can unscrew when it's attached. This is not good when your hands are slippery. There we go. I was screwing the wrong way. So they're really easy to use. You would attach your necklace, each one of those ends, and then instead of sort of connecting or hooking in, it would screw together just like that, and that would be the end of your necklace. Really nice clasp to use. I can recommend it because it's really nice and secure, but again, you need to be able to twist it apart, screw it apart, and then screw it back in with your hands. But they're quite decorative, so you can use it on the front of your necklace as well. Right, moving on to magnetic clasp. Magnetic clasp I use all the time, and you know me, I love my magnetic clasp. Now the small ones come in a couple of different shapes. This is the dumbbell shape. This is the. Can we come back a little bit? Sorry, Moni. Just scrolling back with the trolley a little bit, and then we have a round shape. So these ones, the smallest ones, they're still quite strong, and look, they're just gonna link together there, and they're quite strong. So this one is the bell. This one is called the bell. It's just a really plain shiny finding. Comes in 3 different colors. It's just personal preference. This one is just, again, very shiny. This one is just a little round one itself. And then the ones I use most is these spotted ones, and you've seen me using in designs so much because they pretty much the same price as the plain ones, but because they have this lovely spotted finish on them, they can really, you know, they can really spruce up your design, and you don't have to use it at the back. You can use it at the front as well. Have you got any jewelry with it there?
Oh, Diane has a question, but does
Yep.
it not twist the necklace too much? I don't know if you're talking about that one or
The screw one?
Yeah,
No,
this
it
one.
doesn't, because, and let me just get one out to you. So when you're screwing, this end, this little eye pins are eye pin looking like loops at the end are moving around. So when you're screwing it, it doesn't twist your necklace at all, because this end where you connected your necklace can move and twist around by itself. Yeah, there is. We got a magnetic one. We just found one. So these magnetic clasps, the spotted ones, come in 5 different colors, and they are a couple of different sizes as well. Let me just show you a bigger size. So they are the 8mm ones, and they are the 12mm ones. So I use mainly 12mm for large necklaces, or use it for bracelets mainly. I wouldn't necessarily use the small ones for bracelets. I would use the larger ones. I'm looking at all these clasps, and it's already 10:30. I don't know how far we're going to get down this aisle here. Right, so with the magnetic clasp, with these spotted ones, there is a couple of other designs. You can get them with little diamantes as well. Where does that come from? And there is, the X shape, the oval shape as well. This is really nice and strong and very big, but they all work. Oh, we got some tiny ones in diamantes as well. So if you want extra sparkle, these diamante ones look really, really great. And that's the large one with diamante one. But they all work all of them work very, very similar way. When I have them on and when I take them apart, I would always twist a little bit and then pull, just to sort of start that motion on the clasp and pull. So here is a bracelet which has got it on it, and just a really nice, magnetic bracelet. Very easy to put on and very easy to take off. Ooh, They're all going to stick together. And I just pressed. Oh no, this is a bit too small for my chunky wrist, but I love them because when you put them on, you don't even have to sort of find the two ends together. As long as you bring them close enough, they snap together and they will be quite secure on the wrist. Oh, Molly found another one. So there is a silver one. This one is one of our chainmail bracelets. Is this going to be big enough for me? Oh yes, this one is big enough for me. So you can see I'm just bringing it around. I'm not even trying to match up the end, and as they get close, they snap together, and then very easy to put on. Takes seconds to put on and seconds to take off. I love them. I use them all the time. So all these clasps have got loops on the end, so we connect them to the jewelry by the loops. They are closed loops, so you can't lift them like an eye pin. You need to connect them into with a jump ring, or if you like, stitching it, you can just go through with your thread and needle and stitch your beads to the end. Right, moving on. I need a little box or something to put these bits in. Right, so magnetic clasp, what we use in stitching quite a lot, do come in a different shapes as well. So there is a clasp called the sliding clasp. I'm just get another color so it will show up better. The lovely, the coppery rose gold one. Now this one I love, love, love. Gabby, Molly, can you find Gabby and ask her for some jewellery with the sliding clasps? Can I have some jewellery with a sliding clasp? Yes. Sorry, yeah, I just asked Gabby to bring down some jewellery because he had some moving bits around in the, actually what I forgot to do. Let me add myself in the top corner here so you can see I'm talking to you here. I just asked Gabby to bring some jewellery down with some magnetic sliding clasp. We moved bits around in the warehouse, so we moved all the samples and bits of pieces upstairs. So she's just going to run upstairs and bring them quite quickly down. I'm quite way off magnetic clasp as I lost the bracelet with one of those on. Right, so what you can do, if you're worried that you're going to use the magnetic clasp, you can always add an extender chain at the end of it. So if you have a beaded jewellery like this one, what I would do, just do a little strand of pearls, just sort of a little larger loop from one end to another. Do it differently from the not on the same line as you did the bracelet, but once you made the bracelet, just do a little loop of beads. And I think Brenda, one of our lovely local ladies, she done quite a few of them, and perhaps she could pop a picture up for you on the handmaids. So just do a little loop of just only about 1.5 inches, maybe a couple of inches, and that makes it to come apart enough that you can put your hand through it, and then obviously when you're wearing it, that loop is just dangling down, giving you a little decoration. If you made something with chain, or if you made something with jump rings in this instance, I would add a little row of chain, just a little safety chain, and then again it will allow you to open up enough that you can put your hand together, but when it's shut, it will just dangle down there. With chain, the only thing you have to be careful that it is magnetic, so if you added a chain, you make sure when it's closed the chain is not caught inside your magnetic clasp. So you could add a little closure under. Right, back to the slider clasp. Now these slider, oh Gabby just got loads of samples for us. Oh, and those ones as well. Thank you, Gabby. So the sliding magnetic clasp work. They got a couple of little magnets, so there is one just there, and there's another one inside there, and when you slide them together, they just hold together. Now here, if I pull it this way, it's not going to come apart at all. It does need to slide to open and close. And this magnetic clasp comes in a few different colors, and it comes with different sizes as well. So when I refer to slider clasp, I would refer to a 2-loop or 3-loop or perhaps 4-loop magnetic clasp, depending on how wide I want it. So this is a 2-loop. I'm just going to get you a 3-loop. Oh no, that's cool. 3-loop coming in. And then it goes up to 4-loop. And I think in silver, only in silver, we went up to, so all the colors we stock, 2-loop, 3-loop and 4-loop, depending of how wide is the bracelet what you're making, you want to choose perhaps a 2, 3 or 4-loop. So if you see that one is a little bit wider, this one is a little bit thinner, so I'm using a 2-loop one on this one and a 3-loop one on that one. I could have probably got away adding a 4-loop too as well. I think it's just what I had in my stash at the time. And in silver, it goes up even more. So this is a 6-loop. So you can make really nice and wide cuff bracelet with them. Very secure. All working in the same concept. There is a couple of little magnets inside there. And you slide the two ends apart to take them off and to put them on. So that's it for the magnetic slider clasp. Now, moving on, these magnetic clasps I showed you, I would mainly use it for stitching. I have used them in sort of, or bead stringing. And the ones I'm going to show to you now, actually let's show you the magnetic ones first and we circle back on the other types. The ones I'm going to show you now is the glue-in types.
Debbie just asked, can you show some endings for a leather thong, please?
Right, we're gonna get there. We are gonna get there. Don't you worry. Right. Leather thongs depends if you got a round one or if you got a flat one. Flat end, do let me know because two different fittings is gonna fit. If it's a round one or if it's a flat one.
Then Jodie's asked, do you have the one old-timey necklace claw push-in pinch? See some on old pearl necklaces?
I know exactly what you mean. She means these ones. And we do have those. They called box clasp, and we got these as well. And let me just open this up. Now these called box clasps, and the way how they work, let's just put the magnetic clasp to the side. So we're circling to box clasp for the moment. We haven't got a huge range of this. I don't know why. We used to have a couple of different ones, but perhaps I should look into and get a few more in. So the way how the box clasp works, as you can see on one end, you got this little metal bar sticking out, and when you push that down, it releases this catch from the other side. This one can be really nice and decorative. They do so many different things, and that's how you would close it as well. Just pop that in there and push the bar in. Now you would be adding the necklace ends to the little loops at the end, and there is a loop on this one as well. Now this one is a slightly bigger one, so this one I would use as a multi-row. And why these are great, because you can use these at the front of your necklaces, so you don't need to hide these clasps because they're really nice and decorative. This one is a 3-row shell clasp. So on one side you got 3-row, and on the other side you got 3 rows as well on the underneath that little bar. How much are these, Molly?
Just having a little look now.
Molly's just going to have a look how much these
£2.
ones. They're not the expensive, £2. That's it. So for £2 you can have a lovely decoration on the front of your necklace, and you don't have to connect your necklace up to all 3 rows. You might just want to do 1 row going back, but you're going to use all 3 rows going at the front, so you could have like a multi-strand necklace at the front and a multi-strand necklace at the front, 1, 2, 3 strands, and your clasp, and it's all coming into one big feature bead here, and a single strand going all the way back of your neck and coming to your clasp. And if your clasp is decorative and you're able to have it at the front, it's really great because it's easier for you to hold on and for you to put on and you to take off. You don't need to sort of, you know, try to reach behind your head taking your necklace off. So again, it works the same way. I'm going to push this little bar down, and then that's going to come out, and I can push it back in to close it. So when you're pushing it back in, you're going to hear a clicking sound, and that's when you know it's closed. So I'm just going to, you hear that? It just clicked. That's when you know it's closed. So they are the box clasps. We have got a few sterling silver ones, I think. I got them because in sterling silver they do some really nice designs. Morning, Sandra. She just joined us. So if you just joined us, we are in Totally Beads Warehouse doing a little tour of the findings aisle, and let's see how far we're gonna get down, because at the moment we are 40 minutes in and we've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're on the 6th shelf of the first bay. We got 12 bays to go. Right, glue in class, magnetic glue in class. There is a few different kinds. Now this ones I would use for kumihimo. Gabby, can I have some kumihimo samples with magnetic clasps on, or any glue in clasps? She's gonna get some for us, bless her. So gluing clasp for kumihimo. Again, you got loads of different ones. I won't be able to pull this out because I did just run before we went live and added some lotion to my hands and made it very, very slippery. It's a few different kinds. There is some like decorative one. Let's have a look at this one. This one has got like a Shambhala style bead on there. Really, really sparkly. Again, one end. Let's see if I can do it. I don't think it's quite slippery. One end with pull out. But let me just grab a pair of pliers and then I can show you. I just run to my desk and I was like, oh, where's my pliers? Where's my pliers? Very quickly. So I'm just going to hold the ends with the pliers because my hands are really slippery. And you can see they just pull out. And there's a little magnet in there, and there's another little magnet inside there. And that's how they connect together. You would glue your cord ends, your kumihimo ends in on either side, and it would make a lovely necklace, bracelet, or any jewellery you like. Gabby just run upstairs and she's gonna bring us down some jewellery with it. Now this one, I'm gonna have to hold it with the pliers again. I love this one. This is the one, a lock and twist magnetic one. So again, same concept. You would glue your ends in there, but you have got this little sort of nozzle. So you have to twist it and then you can pull it. So you can see that little knob on the top will lock into the clasp itself. I love the design on it as well. This is more sort of, I guess, a male. Sorry, was that in shot? And just pull that in. You have to sort of pull it quite because they're quite strong magnets, and go back in and twist it. I love this design because this is great for male jewelry as well. Very unisex. So moving on for kumihimo magnetic clasp. Have we got any other magnetic ones? I think that, or there is different. There's so many different sizes in this one. We got bigger ones. This one has got like a little bit of rounded edge. Again, still got the magnetic clasp in there. Different designs. And then we got some like this, which is still got magnetic bars in there. Same concept because you need to glue your ends in whatever you do, but it's more like a wide bar closure rather than a round one. This one, again the same. Ooh, I just seen another one what I really love. This one is the same. You would glue your ends in whatever you do, cords, and they slide apart they have a little magnet inside them, and that's how I hold. But these are all glue in clasps. This is my favorite. I think this one. What's this? Is this called a galaxy clasp? How did we call this? Again, you got the ends where you would glue your cords in, and then the magnets are there holding together. Gabby just got some samples. So this one is the one with the little sparkle, and that's in a bracelet. Looks really nice. I glue the ends in there. Another one, that's the little bobbly one. Again, very same concept. Molly wobbling the table.
Sorry.
And that's what. Any other magnetic one?
No,
No.
them.
Right, and I'm gonna show you these ones next as well. They're gluing as well. They're not magnetic. They're hook ones. Right. Okay. So let's keep going. Right, there's other, if you are in the gluing class, let's stay with the gluing class just for a sec. There is some multi-row gluing clasps. So these were all magnetic, where this has got the lobster claw clasp on it as well. And then you can put 3 separate rows. You can glue 3 separate rows inside there. This comes in different sizes, but with the magnet, with the lobster clasp, the gluing ones, we have got them in singly. We got them in many different sizes, different colors. I'm just sort of trying to grab out different colors to you to show you. There's a red one, there's an even larger rhodium one, rhodium color. I love the rhodium color the most because that goes with everything, absolutely everything. There and there is the hook and eye clasp. There's a hook and eye clasp. So you would glue your end in there, and then it would just close into each other like I showed you on that bracelet. That's gluing as well. And then we're going in. Oh, I love this one. I made a couple of different sort of braided bracelets with leather cord with this one, and I've taken quite a few strands, sort of going one way, and this is, you get 2 sets in the for 150, so they're quite reasonable as well. And then on the other side I would make a hook of the leather cord itself, and that would hook onto the bracelet. Really nice and easy. I should have gone and rummaged samples myself upstairs, because I know there is a really nice bracelet with that one, but I think I showed you the skull bracelet before. Right, let's just get these out of the way. So other gluing clasps, what else have we got here? Right, we got some little decorative one like these ones. These are perfect for little ribbons because they have sort of a 6mm by 2mm hole on them, and they just sit really nice and pretty. To open them up, you would lift that end and it would just open up. Very nice and secure finish to a necklace. So if you're working with ribbon or if you're working with flat cords, this clasp is really nice. Oh, morning, Sue. Sue's saying, I'm so late this morning, everyone. Good morning to you. Oh, my granddaughter Milan says she loves your nails. Oh, thank you. I just did it myself. It takes me forever to do it. About 3 hours every single time. Right, and then we have some hook and eye catches here, and I love this one because this is just like a little cat playing with a ball of yarn. So you would put the necklace, make a loop on one end of the necklace and attach it to that, and on the other end you make another loop, and that would slide in and out where the tail is, letting you put your necklace on and off. But how cute is that with the cat? It's just using different clasps just shows you your personality and or you know, it just shows a little bit detail on your necklaces, makes it a little bit more interesting. Right, where this one came from, but that's we got a few different ones of those as well. Another one, this one again, you can glue it or you can sew it. I'm not going to get out the bag, but it lifts up again. Loads and loads of different ones. I love these ones. So these ones would be glue on in one side as well. I love this. It's a bracelet one. And we got a couple of different designs because it will just sit on one side of your wrist. And all you need to do is to glue in 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, however strands of leather you want to glue into here, and sort of just make a loop, double it over, make a loop, and that loop is gonna just hook into that clasp, and that's how you would wear your bracelet. If you make anything like this, it looks really modern, looks really sort of a youngster look, but you need to make exactly the right size for your wrist. So that's a lovely one too. Something different to work with as well. Right, I think, oh, on these ones, these babies down here. So if you're making key rings, I love using these ones. This is just a really large lobster claw clasp with a ring on the bottom, and that's it, just your normal key ring. But again, these ones comes in 6 different colors, so you can match your, let me just grab the others, you can match your beads, you can match your bags, because now, like, you know, in the not sort of olden days, but all the bags I used to have this sort of rhodium color findings and finishing on it, and now you can buy bags with all different stuff, you know, not just with rhodium color, but they can be any colors. I got some navy blue bags with this champagne gold finish. I think I got a red bag with a rose gold at home. I'm not sure if I got a black finding, like a gunmetal black one, actually. Thinking of that one, but I got plenty of rhodium ones and I got a couple of silver ones as well. So when you're making a back drum, it's really nice to match the little ring, and we can match the pins and the jump rings as well, because we do stock them in all the 6 colors to that bag, and it's just going to look like a little bit more professional, and it's going to look like a little bit more you know, just going to look like really good. And
Carol has a question.
Yeah,
What glue would you recommend?
right, so I use a couple of different glues. E6000. Oh, I forgot to show you one more glue in one, because these are all work on the same concept. E6000 is a jewellery glue, and we do stock it. It is one of the best glues what you can get, because it's really strong. And I can say it's really strong because in our old house, or this, we going back 13 years, and we had the house for 10 years. So we had to glue the shower tray down in our bathroom. And it was quite late and all the shops were closed. So what would we use? And I had a big tube of E6000 in my stash, so I got the E6000 out and we glued the shower tray down with the E6000, and it held it. So we lived there for just under 10 years, 9 years and I don't know, 10 months, something like that. And he hold the shower tray down for that long as well. So it's really, I know it's really strong. And in your jewelry making as well, it has got a little bit of silicone in it, so it's got a little bit of give and take. Love it, but it takes a long time to dry. So anything what you do glue with E6000, and actually, can I have a tube of E6000, please? Like anything what you do glue with E6000, I can show you. I keep forgetting I'm in a warehouse and everything is sort of just here around the corner. So that's the E6000 what I'm talking about right now. It does take time to dry, so I would leave it overnight to dry. And I do use, if I want something really quickly, or I need the results really, really quickly, or making up samples and it has to go out, then I will use Gorilla Gel Glue, which is available in B&Q. I think Asda sell it, a lot of the other supermarkets sell it. It's a sort of a quick fix alternative to E6000, got very similar properties to it. Right, so again, last glue-in clasp here. This is a 2-row one, that's a 1-row one. Good for kumihimo, good for braids, good for a lot of things. Works. Where is that is the front of it? Is that the front of it? Yeah. Opens up just like that. I love it because it's really nice and secure. Gives you a very professional store-bought finish as well, and this is exactly the same. Opens up. Which one is the front of it? No, that's the hinge, so it's this side. Just pull it up and it opens up.
Margaret said, do you think you could make a lucky bag of all these beautiful class cheeky questions?
How big bag are we talking about? Because I could add things to it. So this is the thing. Like, I have talked to Simon about doing like a big findings things or a big this and a big that, but because there's so many different colors, there's so many different sizes, we could end up having hundreds of pounds bundle just for clasps and findings and finishings. So it depends what you need. Right, moving on. So that's one shelf is done, and I think we're probably going to have time to do another shelf, and then we're going to have to come back and do pins and jump rings and pins and needles, as I call them, later on, because the time is. I've been waffling on for an hour here now. Right, toggle clasp. Toggle clasp are one of my favorites. And I do use them a lot with my jewellery as well. Have we got anything there?
I've got a few here.
Yeah. Molly's just saying we've got a few here. And look, that's the same clasp, just in a different colour. So you would need to pull your end through, turn the toggle, goes through a loop, and that's how you open it. And the same way how you close it as well. Very secure. I love using them in my jewellery. Use it all the time. I think they're just going to be the same ones.
Yeah,
Lovely.
looks like they
So just leave this here frame. Now, toggle clasps comes in all different sizes, all different shapes, all different colors. And by shapes, what I mean. So let me just show you that this is what this one is, a 60mm one, and I use this probably the most for a medium-sized necklace. And then there is a smaller one. These ones, they are 9mm, and these ones are good because you get 10 in a bag for 150. There is an other end to that clasp as well. Don't forget, these clasps do come in all different sizes. So this is the T-bar. So each one of the toggles, when you get them, should have a ring part and should have a T-bar part. That's one set of toggle, and that's how they work. So you need both ends to be able to open and close your necklace. On the T-bar end, you need to have a little bit of length, just sort of a very small beads, or just a length of tiger tail, or anything you want to put on there, because you need to be able to pull that through the loop itself to close and open your bracelets. But I think they are really secure, and I love using them. Right, so different sizes, now different shapes. Check out this one. This is the flower one. For not long, we can have them in different sizes. We can have some really nice and decorative ones. Alison is saying you got more in one shelf than we have in the entire shop. Whereby my stash crazy. I have a choice about 10 clasps. Well, we have been going for 16 years now. And on that 16 years, there is a lot of new stuff came out, and not long just new stuff came out, but a lot of, there's so many different things. And if you like me and mad about jewelry making and mad about crafting or in general, what I like to do, and I presume what you like to do as well, is to play and play and play, and using, just adding a little different thing at the end. It's making it a bit more interesting. Now, toggle clasp like this, I won't necessarily would use at the back of the necklace. I would use it at the front because it gives you a really nice feature piece right in the middle of, no, wouldn't maybe right in the middle, but it would have it to one side. So I would have the clasp just here, on either on the left or either on the right, just sitting there at the top, and have a nice front piece coming around. Right, let me just take a sip of my coffee. Right, so that's the flower one. Now look at this. This one is, don't forget these comes in different colors, but I'm just trying to grab different ones. I love this spotted heart. This is another one of my favorites. And not along, the heart is spotted in this one. The T-bar is spotted as well. How pretty is that? I think sometimes things like this, just even if you just do a plain stringing bracelet or necklace, but adding a clasp like this can make your necklace really interesting and just can make it a little bit more. And especially if you're selling your jewelry and selling your pieces, things like this, which is they don't cost, you know, this one you get 3 sets for £1.50. The flower one, again, you get 3 sets for £1.50. So they don't cost much. They 50p a clasp. I mean, sometimes a crystal bead or a large feature bead is going to cost you even more. But putting something like that in your jewelry just really makes it stand out. Right, moving on. There's loads of different shapes, and do check them out on the website, because if I want to show you every single one of them, we would be sitting here, while you would be sitting. I'm standing here for the next probably couple of hours just showing you different class. There are designs like that, like little round one. I love this one as well. Just giving that little bit of ooh, look at this one. Now this one is £3 for one, but look at how special is it. Let me just open it up. It's got large diamantes on the side of it. Let me just pop this out of the way and pop this down, just giving you the little extra. And look at that big diamante on the side of that, little extra detail in your jewelry. I love that one. And I'll put it back in the wrong box again. More shapes. This one you get again 3 sets. Oh, this is £1. You get 3 sets for £1, the flower one. Now look at this one. Not along you have a really nice flower shape as your round end, but look at the T-bar. How decorative is that for that particular type? I think, you know, you can really go and you can choose your, you could have a signature piece on your necklaces. You could choose whichever one you like. So butterfly one again in the same, I keep picking up the same color, so I'm going to pick up this one this time. Same design, but with the little baubles, but butterfly going around it. Right, I'm moving down. This is, I love this design as well, because this is more like a really elegant, I call it the princess design, because look at how pretty is that. You could, if you use that on a necklace. Right, let's just move these out. Now, this one, let me show you this one. Blake's just looking at me from the other end of the aisle. Right, this one is great because this one has got 2 loops on it, so you can use it for your multi-strand necklaces. Don't forget, at the toggle you're going to have a little bit of thinner end there, whatever string you put on, but you can use it for 2 strands at the same time. So this one is a really great one, more functional as well. You can, but look at this little swirly one. This is another one of my favorite. I do use all the time because just a very nice and easy design with the swirls. Very pretty. Sometimes less is more. Sometimes simple. Using a nice simple clasp makes your necklace more decorative. Right, moving on. So this one again, it comes in about 4 or 5 different colors. Now we have these big ones, and I love this one. So if you're making a big necklace, or if you want a large centerpiece for your necklace, check out these ones. And these ones are quite big. So comparison, they are 42mm. Comparison to the one I said I use the most, look at how as tiny is that, and how big is this. And I'll put those little tiny ones back, but you can see, so this one again comes, there is a triangle, there is a butterfly, there is a flower, and there is a square. This one I would definitely use it at the front of the necklace. There is the butterfly, there is the flower. There's about 4 different shapes. There is a flower. I would definitely use it in the front of the necklace. And there is a square as a feature piece, putting it in with my design. And there is like sort of a octagonal shape as well. So these large ones. Some people might think that these are too big, and let me just show you. So if I turn the camera back one, I just got so much on my mat here. Let's just move a few bits down. So I can actually, there we go. So I'll move it back to this camera. So they will look quite big, but you can see it will give you, even if you just got a chunky or a thinner chin, they will give you a really nice design right at the, I would have it on the side, and then I would have it sort of, maybe you can have larger beads at the front and smaller ones going to the back. I would have it at the side. But look how nice feature piece would that give me on my necklace. I just wanted to show you comparison in size. Let me just move these out of the way. Right, so and then just again other different, we've got loads of different designs. I love this one as well. Actually, let's show you the gold one. That's got a little bag. Rather than me trying to open up a big bag, and you know what's going to happen? Everything's going to go over. I love this flower design, and look at the twisted leaf as the toggle. Really, really pretty. So,
Alison's asked, how would you string a necklace with a side clasp?
what do you mean a side clasp? Like the one, oh yes, the clasp on the side of your neck. So exactly the same. How would string of a long necklace? Have you got a necklace there? I can. You had a chain one.
You got one like this?
No. Did you chain one? That one, other one, that one, yes. No, keep on going, keep on going. Right. Oh, actually, this is brilliant. I'll show you this. This is really great what you can do. Let me just turn this around. So, what I made here, I'm just going to turn this down a tiny bit. What I made here, I made a bracelet. So, if I take this off, and this is with toggle clasp, but you can do with magnetic clasp as well, with toggle clasp. So I made a bracelet, and I can show you, I can put it on, so you can see it is a bracelet. So it's a bracelet size charm bracelet with all the lovely little crystals on there. Just like that. So it's a nice little bracelet, but you not always just want to wear a bracelet. Sometimes you want to wear it as a necklace, or sometimes you want to have your jewelry more usable, especially if you're going on holiday. You don't want to sort of but if you're me, you will take quite a few pieces with you, but if you're going on holiday, or if you're going somewhere and you only have a little space in your bag, just make an extender chain. This is larger than a bracelet side, obviously, because it needs to go around my neck, but I added the toggles at the end as well. And what I am going to do is to turn, I just closed one end in there, I'm going to turn that bracelet into a necklace very easily with my toggle clasp, because I added the same toggle clasp on the necklace as I have on the extender piece as I have on my bracelet, and very easily from a bracelet I got a necklace. So really great. You can do interchangeable jewelry. And when I was saying, was it Sue was asking about this clasp on the side? Who was it? Alison?
Yeah,
Alison, how would you string a necklace? So if I just wanted one clasp and not two, then this would be my starting point. So I would string the front piece of the necklace and then you would go and string all the way to the back. Now if you're using the same beads and no patterns at all, it doesn't really matter. It's just you wearing the clasp on the side. If you want different ones, so perhaps you want bigger beads to the front, then you could add bigger beads to the front and smaller beads to the clasp. But make sure that you think the clasp is going to be on the side, it is going to be on the front. Oh, Brandy's saying, very informative tutorial today. Got to leave us now. My grandson taking me out. Catch you all tomorrow. Bye, Brenda. Do you have a leaf clasp? What do you mean about leaf clasps? A leaf toggle? Scarf pin. Scarf pin, good for large one. We have got some sort of larger pins further down the aisle, but I think it's quite at the end, so we're probably not going to get to it today, but we'll do that next week. We're definitely going to come back because I got so much different findings to show you. So that's how you can do this. In this instant, I turned the bracelet into a necklace, but that's how you can just wear the clasp on the side. And because they're nice decorative toggles, you can see I'm not really bothered because they look nice either way. So they just look a nice little decoration on the side of my necklace there. Right, what other toggles I have here, which is interesting. Oh, I love this one, the butterfly one. Personal preference. All of these are personal preference. I love this little butterfly one. Make your jewelry more interesting, make it more intriguing. And that's the look at the T-bar for it. Again, it's like a little S shape, so it matches your butterfly. Looks. I really do love these. Have we got another one? What? There's one more. There's various other different sizes, other different colors. No, flower design. Oh, where is the one I am looking for? We have got one with 3 loops on it. Gabby, do you know where is that toggle clasp which has got 3 loops on it? You know which one I mean? Yeah, I know. Yes, it's because we move things about. Gabby's going to find it for us. And I want to show you because that's a great one to use if you're making jewelry for sale. And of course we got in the toggle clasp as well. I love this one as well. This is really pretty with the little diamantes, and you get the diamantes not along on the toggle itself, a little heart, but you get it, well, not along on the round part of it, but you get it on the toggle as well. They're really nice ones, and you know, they're really cool to use. Well, what else? We've got a larger rope design. I love this as well. This is, again, I would use it at the front of a necklace because it's just really nice and very decorative. And this one as well. That's the other side of it. So I think that's pretty much it on toggle clasp. Now I'm gonna turn back on the main. Oh, can we say I haven't got that anymore? Bless them. It's alright. There's the thing is that things sometimes go out of stock and we can't get them anymore. So I'm just gonna walk you all the way down the aisle, show you how big is it really. But we're gonna have to come back. So we done. Let me just move this down a little bit more. We've done these shelves here. This is what we've done today. All these 2 sides, and we got 2 here, moving down, another 2 here, moving down, and it's all different findings and different bits of this. Another 2 here, and we're going all the way to the end. Have I got enough cable? Yes, I have. And all the way down. Look, there is loads. There is loads and loads and loads to cover. So next Friday we're going to come back and do it again, and we're going to move on. So if I come back with it, we're going to move on to the next shelf. So I think this side is more findings for pins and other bits of pieces, and this side is more beads and antique silver stuff and charms and bits of pieces. So maybe we do like a few shelves down this side, but we've got so many different things. We have metal beads in different colors, different type of metal beads. We've got wire beads to show you. I got then coming in findings, I've got loads of different pins. I got loads of different, oh my god, air wires. We have got probably about I don't know, 10 or 12 different air wires here, what we stock, what I can show you, and all function slightly differently. So it's a really nice one to really nice. Oh, I forgot, I can just do this so you can see more of it, not just I forgot about zooming out. So going back down, we got jump rings, closed rings, oval jump rings, split rings, all sorts of rings here. We got bracelet bars. We have, and this, the next shelf will be all the findings and finishings and tips and ends, from ribbon ends to cord ends and bits of pieces. But again, many different sizes, many different shapes. So it does really need its own little Facebook Live to be able to explain it to you fully, what's the difference between them. And then we got pendants and charms and all sorts of different bits of pieces. Margaret Knowledge 6800683. I'm not really sure what is that referring to. I don't know. Do let us know what does the number mean. Carrie's saying, OMG, looking forward to next Friday already. I think it's really important to show you all the different things what you could be using, or perhaps like, you haven't been using it the right way, so I can show you what's the correct way of using different findings. Let me just turn some of these lights off. The lights, I was supposed to show you these lights and I almost forgot about the lights again. So they are back in stock. Our cordless rechargeable lights. I got 2 at home because I use them with my bead mat. So they will just clip on. Let me just unplug this. It will clip on my bead mat just like that, and then I can have light exactly where I want on my work. So we do watch movies together as a family, and they don't like me having the big light on because obviously they want to watch the movie. So these lights really sort of a lightsabers because they can just clip on the side of anything you have. Let me just grab this. Can I have a bead tray, please? They're just gonna get me. They're just gonna get me a bead tray, but they would just clip on the side of anything, and then we just stay there, and then you can work. So there's a really nice and strong clip. Oops, I almost dropped the whole thing. But they're gonna get me a tray just in a second so I can show you. It's really, really nice and easy to use. How much are these, Molly? Molly, just put the link up.
They were $14.99 and now $10.99.
They were $14.99 and they are $10.99 at the moment. They're on offer, so you can. I'm just looking. Oh, there is Blake. So these are the bead trays I use at home, and this is what I always say. I go about 20 of them because I can. A bead mat fits perfectly in there, and then I can just sort of start the project, put it to the side if I need to jump onto something else, and they really handy to have. So they will just clip on the side, and you can see I can turn it around. They're not going to fall off, very nice and strong. Now the light itself has got a couple of settings on it. So that's off, that's 1, that's number 2, and that's number 3. 3 settings, and then off. Simon, can I ask you to turn the lights off here for a second so I can show how strong are these lights? I'm just going to ask them. Oh, look, they turned all the lights off. Let me just turn this other couple of them off. Oops, there we go. So, look, what's 1, 2, what's 1, 3. But what's more important, this is where you're going to have the light on your work. So even if it's dark in the room, you're going to have a really nice light shining down on your work. For $10.99, they are perfect. The light lasts. Can I turn it back on now, please? Bless them. So the light will last on the lowest setting, it lasts about 2 hours. On the medium, about an hour and a half, and on the highest setting, it's going to last you about an hour. And then you can recharge it by, it's got like a USB end on one end, and on the other end you just plug it in just like that. So you're just gonna plug it in, and then it's gonna charge, and that's it. Really great. So I got two at a time. One is on charge and the other one I'm using. So I always, if I run out midway in a project, I always have always have another one. I can run to the kitchen, unplug it, plug this one in, and then I'm good to go again. So do check those lights out, because lighting is so important, and I can't say enough that I found it a couple of years ago. So when I first started beading, I used to use a lot of size 15 seed beads, like a lot of them. And a couple of years ago, I went back and did a project just with size 15s. And I'm thinking to my head, oh my word, these size 15s over the last 15 years or 10 years, they got so much smaller than what I used to use them. And then I realized it's not the size 15s got smaller, it's my eyesight what's worsened. So it's really important to have a nice and bright light shining down on your work so you can see exactly what you're doing, because sometimes that's what makes a lot of difference between being able to do a stitch or not being able to, or not being able to see the beads. So check these lights out. But you know I love these lights because I talk about them quite a lot. Right, that's it for me today. We're gonna come back next Friday and we're gonna do, sorry you only got through the class, but this is the thing, I wanna show you so many different things and so many different sort of interesting features that and the time just gone. Have a lovely day. Happy Friday, everybody. Sarah's going to be with you tomorrow and Sunday, and I will be back on Monday, and we're going to do the beaded beads on Monday, because I had to stop a couple of days around with Sarah. So it's going to be me on Monday. And yeah, so everybody do have a lovely weekend, whatever you do. Share our videos, post some pictures into our group so we can all get inspired by your makes. You know, how you blend your colors, but no make is too easy, or you know, you don't think that your make is not going to be good enough, because everybody have to start somewhere, and sometimes less is more. That's what I always say. Have a lovely day, everybody. Keep on beading, keep on crafting, and I will see you on Monday. If you do follow me personally, do pop on my page, Kitti Robinson Designs. On Sunday night, I usually do my usual Sunday night madness for my house to tell you about my week. Have a lovely day, everybody. Stay safe. Bye.